Okay, people, to my TIs out there, as I'm sitting here reflecting right now, been going through this Gangstalking program for almost 2 years that I've been fully aware now. It'll be 2 years soon, a couple more months. And I've learned a few things along the way. And what I want to do is I want to give you TIs out there who may just be realizing that you're targeted. I want to give you 5 tips on surviving this gang stalking attack without losing your mind, hurting someone, hurting yourself, things of that nature. Just 5 survival tips, and there will be others down the line, but for right now, just a few that I've been thinking of that I think might help some people out there who are experiencing this awful, terrible attack. Number 1, finances. Keep your finances in check. As a TI, it is extremely important that you save your money. Not only do you want to save money, you actually want to keep actual cash on hand. I don't think it'll be a good idea for you to have all of your money tied up in banks, on cards, different things that can be hacked and people can look into and read your finances and monitor what you're spending and where you're spending it and how much you have. Also, you have the issue of identity theft, which I recently have experienced within the past 2 weeks. Someone, got access to one of my cards and tried to go on a shopping spree. Never happened to me before in all of these years, and all of a sudden now that I'm a target individual, being heavily targeted, I went through that experience. So keep your finances in check. You want to constantly monitor your accounts, monitor your money, what's coming out, what's going out, what's coming in, and you want to save. You really want to save money and be prepared for the unexpected. But as a TI, certain calamities you wouldn't even really consider unexpected. You come to expect certain attacks, certain difficulties and hardships to take place as a targeted individual. So absolutely maintain your finances. Number 2, now these are in no particular order. These are just randomly positioned here. Number 2, your health. You absolutely have to maintain your peak physical and mental health while going through this experience. Eating healthy is imperative. You'll feel better. Your body will handle the stress that you are that's being induced upon you while going through an experience like this. You have people who are working around the clock 24/7 whose job it is to induce as much stress as possible onto you. Not to mention the normal everyday life stressors that everyone in the world has to experience. We as TIs, we have extra stress that the average person doesn't have to deal with. So therefore, you have to be extra concerned with maintaining your health, eating right, exercising. Exercising is very important. Keep your body strong. Sweat is a great stress reliever. Sweating, relieving a lot of the energy that's being forced onto you. You have to fight this stuff more than the average citizen. If the average person might walk 1 mile, you might need to walk 2 or 3 miles, or run 2 or 3 miles. If they're walking, you need to run. If they're eating salads 5 days a week, you need to eat salads 7 days a week. You understand? You need to stay away from the red meats and the heavy meats and just detoxify. detoxify your body as well. Try to keep the toxins out. Get fresh air. Don't be closed in, stuck with your own thoughts. Get out, socialize, try as much as you can. Just try to be normal and not get shut in and closed in and let them isolate you. Your mental health and your physical health are extremely important to survive in this attack. Otherwise, you open yourself up and your health is going to already be compromised by the amount of stress they're trying to induce. So it's extremely important for you to fight back and boost your immune system. Take supplements, vitamins, different things of that nature to just make yourself as strong as possible. Mentally as well. Take mental breaks like I'm doing right now. If you have a beach, go to the beach. Let the ocean soothe you. The ocean sounds. Relax. Put your feet in the sand. Let the sun hit you. Get the vitamin D. But you have to take care of yourself. Get a massage. Go to a masseuse. Go get a subscription to a gym. Get on the massage beds. Let the massage beds massage you after your workouts. Go out, play basketball. Go jog. Go run. You have to get active. You have to get in your optimum health as much as possible as a target individual in order to survive this thing. Number 3, research. You want to learn as much as you can about this program. You don't want to be caught off guard. You don't want to be surprised. You don't want to not know what's going on around you and why these people are doing what they're doing. The more you know, the better. The better understanding you have, the more you'll know what to expect. So when these things that they do take place, you'll understand what's going on and you'll be mentally prepared to respond and how to handle it in the most appropriate way to preserve yourself. It's about self-preservation. You don't want to be caught off guard and be surprised by the tactics that they're using, and you end up lashing out, or because you don't realize, hey, this person is doing this right here as a part of the program, and I need to maintain a certain level of cool-headedness. I have to keep my cool, keep my calm. I know what's going on here. I know what their intentions are. Oh, I know why they're wearing these colors. Everybody's showing me these colors all day. These color cars are all surrounding me. While this person is driving aggressively behind me with their high beams on. Oh, I understand why these people are having this certain conversation around me. It's a directed conversation meant to be an attack on me, to get some sort of a reaction. You have to just understand what their tactics are in order to know what to expect to survive this thing. Because the more you know, the more you understand, which I've learned in the past 2 years, that the more you understand, the more you know, the better you'll be prepared to deal with the attacks. And if you're attacked the way I am, 24/7, non-stop, around the clock, no matter where you are, where you go, what you're doing, all types of people out of society, you have to arm yourself with knowledge to understand what's going on, or this thing could literally, which it is, it's meant to literally drive you crazy. It's meant to drive you insane, and to a point that you self-destruct. Okay? Now, I'm going to move on to number 4. Don't break the law. Eyes are on you 24/7. They're watching everything you're doing. Your devices more than likely are hacked into and being monitored. Your phone conversations are being listened to. Your neighbors are watching every move that you're making. Law enforcement, they're using their tactics and their devices and resources to just have an idea of where you are and what you're doing and who you're associating with at all times. So it will behoove you to, as much as possible, stay legal. It could be hard going through this sort of attack. It could definitely be difficult going through this sort of an attack to keep everything on the up and up at all times, and I understand that. But to the best of your ability, as much as you can, you want to stay legal and on the right side of the law because they're looking for an opportunity to get you caught in a bad situation that will make it easier for them to make your situation worse than what it is. You know, if you're a target individual, imagine how terrible being targeted and being locked up would be, being in jail or being in prison or being in a mental institution or whatever the case may be that could come about if you're out here breaking the law and you're getting caught up. Imagine what it would be like being on probation, being monitored in that way, as well as the regular targeting that you're already going through. So you definitely want to stay as legal as possible. Keep your tags clean, updated. You don't want to be riding around with a suspended license. You don't want to be shoplifting and getting caught up in domestic violence situations or assaults, and just stay on the right side of the law as much as possible while going through an attack like this. Just to it'll definitely make it easier for you to deal with and give you a peace of mind, knowing that you're doing everything on the up and up, and any targeting that they're doing won't be justified. Because if you're dealing with more of a legal targeting, where it's coming from law enforcement and things of that nature, and you're committing crimes, and in plain view of these people, is giving them more reason to target you. It's justifying the targeting. So you want to definitely not give them that opportunity to categorize you as a criminal that's in need of monitoring and the harassment and the stalking that they're going to be doing anyway. Make it difficult for them to justify. Okay, so number 5, which will be the last tip that I'll go over on this at this time, but there will be others down the line. But I just felt like right now would be a good time while I do have a moment of clarity. Last would be, don't run. I've tried it, going to different cities. I tried going to another country, a different region of the United States. I went to the West Coast, Southeast, Northeast. Running is not going to solve this thing, because this is a global conspiracy. They have satellites in space and the sky that are beaming down on targeted individuals, and they know our location at all times. Your cell phone is hacked into, the SIM card is being attacked by stingray devices that law enforcement, pretty much every law enforcement agency around the country, they have a stingray device. They know where your particular phone is. If that's not enough, they know where you are using satellites in the sky. They have drone aerial coverage. Everywhere you're going, everything you're doing, you're making reservations to go here, to fly, to catch a plane, a train. All of that information is in the cloud. They know what's going on. They see your emails. They hear your calls. They see your text messages. All of these things. They know what's happening. As soon as you touch down, I've experienced all of this stuff. I'm telling you, man. You go from city to city. The moment I get into a city, I'm on the road. I drive from Tampa to Orlando. The moment I get into Orlando, they got gang stalkers right there waiting for me at the first gas station I stop at. As I'm traveling by car up 95 from the south to the north, I'm being gang stalked all the way up the road. The state troopers, highway patrol, go somewhere new and you realize that the same exact program is being run. I've been through this. I've been to multiple cities and multiple regions of the United States, and I went down to a whole other continent in South America, and the same Gangstalking program, even though it wasn't as intense as it is in America, the same program was taking place on a flight there, at the airport, in my hotels, my Airbnbs, on the road, inside my Ubers, the Uber drivers they were sending to me. All of this stuff is covered in this program. So running away is not going to solve it. You have to find a way to deal with this issue where you are, if possible. Now, if relocating, sometimes it can definitely reduce to an extent, but I can't see it eradicating the problem completely. Because I have experienced going to different parts of my particular state here that I'm in Florida right now. There's some parts of the state where it's not as intense. I pretty much spend most of my time down here in the South Florida, Miami, Broward County area, and the gang stalking is on a level of 1 through 10. It's on 10. It's very extreme. They have, this infinite amount of people that are involved in every sector of society, everywhere you go. You go to the drive-thru at McDonald's, you go to the mall, you can go to the doctor's office, everything you're doing, everywhere you're going, you go to the beach, the lifeguards and the beach patrol police, all of these people are going to be participating in gang stalking you. You got to remember, everybody has a cell phone in their hand, and with today's technology, they can get information out extremely fast. And if everywhere you're going, it's being alerted through the satellites and all this aerial drone footage. They know exactly where you are. There's nowhere to run. But I will say, I have experienced a little bit less in certain places that I've been. So if it's all about just eradicating it completely, because you're gonna run away somewhere, it's not. It's a very slim chance of that happening. It might be a little less, and if that's all you need, then maybe you could try that. Listen, my experience in the past 2 years, traveling all around in multiple different places, it picks up immediately, and it's the exact same program everywhere I go. So that's just 5 tips that I can think of right now off the top of my head as I'm sitting here trying to relax a little bit and recharge to get back out here and deal with more of this nonsense that I have to deal with every single day. Hopefully this will help somebody out there and help you survive this thing, man. I wish you all the best. I know the pain, I know the struggle, I know the disappointment and the feelings of betrayal. I know what you're going through if you find this video and you're looking for answers and you're trying to figure out what to do. Hopefully this can, play some sort of role in, guiding you, listening to someone who's really, really going through this on an extreme level, who's the real deal here. This might help you. So be on the lookout for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.